Here I will try to condense the efforts of Rabbit, who went through a lot of the messages, emails, and other information from Julianne. We're just going to leave it at that name because I want to be careful about her information. She's not totally private. She's actually apparently putting out a lot of messages. So she's not trying to stay totally private, but I will be careful. So she went through Julianne's information and was not very impressed with the accusation she made against Aaron, who until recently ran the Aftermath Foundation. And that's the big controversy among, quote, anti-Scientologists is what happened. I still believe Aaron for the most part, but I will disagree with Rabbit on two minor points, which I do think are significant. But if we go through the information provided, it's still a little shaky. I mean, the most impressive evidence that Julianne has is there was a head injury, which Aaron admits to, but he says it was an accident, basically. Aaron is a big guy. She's a small girl. They were in a hotel, and he was trying to get away from her, and he was injured. They went to a CVS. She tried to keep grabbing him, and he pushed her off, and that's how she got injured.
Why this woman would need to call restaurants, why this woman would need to, do any of that, move that way to and there's no police report, right? You would think.
Well, again, the fact that she did not go to the police immediately is not in of itself that she's making a false accusation. There are many reasons you will not trust the police. You may not trust the FBI or other government agencies to do the work. You just don't trust them. Again, I'm not a woman, I'm a man, but I can imagine if you're a woman suspicious that police will be helpful in these cases. Again, we need more information on who she is, her psychology, because frankly, she seems very mentally disturbed. Now, it could be she has a traumatic past and she's been abused, but not by Aaron. But again, if you're in a certain mental state, just because you're not going to go to the police doesn't mean you don't have valid complaints. It just could be you're distrustful of the police, and that is fine. However, there's more additional information which makes her, quote, accusation very suspicious.
And he ended it by strangling and beating me up in that club hotel room. Back in there. A full-on fistfight with blood on me and tons of bruising, I calmed him down some.
Okay, so she's saying Aaron is abusive, even trying to kill her, which I don't think anyone believes. Also that they had a full-out altercation and he was choking her or beating her. Again, if that is the case, you're showing your head injury. You should have other injuries, so that seems a little weird. And you're trying to pump all this information to friends and contact the Headleys. And you're saying you don't want to go to the police, but you want Aaron off the board. Again, we don't know the full story with this woman, but it just feels her pattern is very erratic. Again, it could be something really problematic did happen, not Aaron was trying to kill her, because that seems a little outlandish. But it may be in between, because he's trying to say he tried to get away from her, she was acting like a stalker, etc., etc. And of course, she's coming back, no, he's a complete fraud. He was using me, etc., etc. He's not who you think he is. She's making more allegations beyond abuse. She's saying that he's stealing the money, etc., etc., and he uses drugs. Again, Aaron has admitted to some of these things, that he is someone who likes to drink, and he does use drugs. I think he's been very clear on that. So I'm still believing Aaron, but again, the fact that she didn't go to the police, not totally persuasive she's lying. Let's assume the obvious. She doesn't have a lot of resources, so her hiring experts to verify some of these things also a little suspicious, but she, again, may be a poor woman with mental health issues, so got to bear that in mind. Again, for various reasons, women may be a little careful about sharing their stories. You got to be sensitive there. So the story feels a little shaky. I don't think it was abuse. I think it was a series of accidents, but could still be Aaron was being a little bit toxic. But you could be both. You could be a toxic, quote, male, but be beaten by a woman. It feels very close to Johnny Depp and Amber Heard all over again. It's remarkably close in many, many ways. So I still think Aaron is more credible, but I will keep an open mind.
Guess you know what it's like to get fucked. That's what she put in there. Okay?